Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my man, Pump and Dump, Zach Elias. What's up, Zach?
Not much. I mean, Dr. Galakowitz. Yes, I am.
Dr. Galiwikich. You mean Dr. Galakowicz? That was.
Yes, I am.
But was that Bud Light or was that
It was Bud Light.
It wasn't Bud Select or any of those other crazy ones?
No, it was like 1990. They didn't have the crazy. I think it was before the crazy ones. It was early on. And both of those guys became like C-level actors. They're like that guy who's like the 12th lead in something. Like they're in stuff. Those guys.
Do you know who he always reminded me of? Was the guy in Ocean's 11 that sweats a lot, the one with the bombs. I always thought that was that guy, but apparently it is not him.
Another J.
Don't throw too many shots at me. You know what the Jets could use, my friend? A good head coach, maybe like that Todd Bowles guy who just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, where was that swarming defense for the years he was there? Swiss cheesy when he was there.
No idea. Zach, I got a lot to talk about today.
Amanda's here because she's going to have to hear a lot about this.
All right. Before we get into our apologies, can we go ahead and crack these beers?
Absolutely. I want to be hammered for what's coming.
Talk to me.
I cracked already. I cracked. I've got two more of these things still to go. I had two more Super Bowl.
Crazy, Zach. So I am drinking Pelican Brewing Oregon Coast USA Juicy India Pale Ale. This was given back to me in the day by my good friend Katarina.
How do you say that state?
Oregon.
How do you say the game that bears that state's name?
Oregon Trail.
You do not. It's Oregon Trail. Don't give me that Maryland shit. It's Oregon Trail, and everyone from New York calls it Oregon. It's like two states. In New York and Jersey, it's Oregon. Everywhere else, it's Oregon. But when you say the game, it's Oregon Trail. Every time.
You're right. But at the same time, then you would have to get into the way New Yorkers say dog, log, and fog. And it's just not the same thing. You don't say dog correctly. Dog.
Dog.
Little dog. A little doggy.
A little dog. A doggy.
All right. L'chaim to you, my friend.
That's right, yeah. Oregon Trail. You've died of dysentery.
There was a great meme that came out years ago where it said, like, you're on the Oregon Trail with Terry. You make fun of his shoes. You die of dysentery. It always had me laugh.
Awful.
All right. So before we get into this week's show, I'm just going to go ahead and eat all the crow right now.
I intentionally have no topics because I figured this would be 20 minutes for you just taking it.
Look, you should not be coming to me for any type of real advice. But the truth is I'm going to say some stuff that's wrong from time to time. I don't know where I got the information for last week's trivia. I usually just look stuff up. I maybe went to
bot sites.
I maybe went to a website that had some questions and kind of picked and choose off of there. Disclaimer, the Dallas Cowboys have not won 7 Super Bowls. Mike and Zach both get credit for last week's trivia. I was very wrong.
Yes, you were very wrong. Also, Samantha owes us both a kick in the dick because that seems to be the going rate for when you get something wrong on this show. So, steel toe it up. Because Mike D is not related to Dustin Diamond. We both were certain that they were brothers. I've thought that for years that they were brothers.
Oh, the worst is going online and finding that people also thought they were related to Neil Diamond, which I was like, get the fuck out of here. You're not related to Neil Diamond.
We're all related to Neil Diamond.
We're coming to America. Do you know who loves Neil Diamond? A part of this chat? Marlene Simon Schnitzer. Big Neil Diamond person.
Put it in the chat. Favorite song? Cherry Cherry?
I think it might be Coming to America. All right. Either way.
You're a big Simon fan. It's not Coming to America. But let's see what Marlene Simon Schnitzer's got to say. Favorite song? Come on.
It has to be Sweet Caroline.
No, it's not. You red suck. Your cousin from Boston. That made me laugh. The Clydesdale commercial had me going.
All right. Let's get into the Super Bowl stuff. Commercials. Go.
Oh, and I'm a huge Springsteen fan. Like fanatic. Meh. I thought it was a little goyishy with the church and the whole thing. Number one, by far, Cheetos. With Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher and Shaggy, amazing. Top flaw.
It's funny you say that because that was actually probably, I had like a little tiny Super Bowl thing. I went to somebody's house. They just had a couple people over.
Oh, super spreader.
It was far from it. But that was the only commercial that really kind of stuck in my mind because
Funny as hell.
it really wasn't that great, but
Yeah,
it ignited a long conversation of what Ashton Kutcher has been doing in the last so many years since being on that horrible show, The Ranch, and also he was on, oh my god, big middle of America sitcom on Netflix with a laugh track. We watched it years ago when we first started dating. Got like 3 minutes in, we're like, I'm out.
We, like you and I, or you and Julia?
Julian, myself.
I gotcha.
It was horrible, but it was apparently Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher have like resigned to trying to be good parents, and they're not doing the housewife thing, or not doing the Hollywood thing.
Parents really seems like a lot of work. So to do. Meanwhile, my daughter might be concussed from sledding. They say good parents. She like drilled her head into a clueless father-son duo. She took the worst of it, even though the kid flipped. Then the next one, she hit a hay bale, which is essentially a frozen cinder block. And then like banged her head like a wide receiver on the ground at 3 in a row. She got home about 2:00 in the afternoon, but 6:00 goes, Daddy, my head really hurts. She was all dinged up.
Yikes.
You know what? That's how we used to sled in the 80s, back in the day. You didn't come home half broken, you didn't do it right.
Did she cry?
On the one where she smacked the guy the guy smacked her in the face and they collided, yeah, few tears, but I told her to suck it up.
What a wuss.
Yeah, exactly. I told her to suck it up. It's sledding. You're out here having fun. You know,
so for Super Bowl,
that would kill to be sledding with you.
They really would.
You see, they really would. Yeah.
Did you have any other Super Bowl commercials that really stuck out to you?
As Dr. Galakowitz, I love the Bud Light Legends. That one, it was such nostalgia. It was fantastic. The Sam Adams, like with the Clydesdales, it threw me for the loop because I thought it was going to be Budweiser and fucking assholes from Boston. Makes me want to fight Red Sox fans. What else was good? Some of the other ones were okay. Oh, the Costanza Tide one was funny. I thought
people didn't get it though. People didn't get it. Everybody was too young.
Nobody's too young. People were too young. Yeah. I don't like them.
If you didn't watch Seinfeld, which I think we've talked about before, you know there's a big divide. You can't like Friends and Seinfeld. It's just a thing.
I like both, but I've never met someone who doesn't like Seinfeld. I don't talk to 22-year-olds. They just have no place for me.
Yeah. Furthermore, there's also a lot of people who think Curb is 10 times better than Seinfeld, which I completely disagree about.
It's very different. It's funny. It's fantastic, but it's not as groundbreaking as Seinfeld.
Seinfeld was definitely the best.
Yeah, the best. What other commercials were there? They were actually okay this year, or maybe I was actually just watching them because I was home alone, not Blotto.
That sounds horrible.
What? I was with the wife and daughter, but I didn't have like a party thing. Like,
you consider that being home alone?
Yeah. Well, no, I'd actually rather be home alone. That sounds amazing. Last night I was home alone. You get to light the candles and do it right. Exactly.
You do your little Andrew Globman little tap dance.
Hey, you turn the pictures of your parents down.
I killed Zadie.
Exactly. Killed Zadie.
My favorite commercial, you ask? Oh, thank you.
I did. You were rambling over it. I've asked like 8 times. What do you got?
Horrible. I did not. No. You're horrible. But the commercials, I got nothing, man. There was not a single one that I was like, now that will go down as the best commercial of this year. Everyone was like, eh.
Cheetos was pretty good. I think the best commercial of all time Super Bowl was the 2 years ago for E-Trade. Mentally challenged people with the monkey jumping around for like 30 seconds, and they wrote, "We just wasted $1 million. What are you doing with your money?" Genius.
That's very, very good. You know,
back then you didn't have to say mentally challenged. You could go for it.
You could use the R word. For me though, the only thing that really stuck out that I'll remember was was it a Jeep commercial, Toyota commercial? Is with the girl who had the prosthetic legs. I forget exactly what the commercial was for, but as that commercial starts, I'm watching it and somebody that I was with goes, "Oh, it's for the Special Olympics." I went, No. It is for the Paralympics. And they went, "Is that not the same thing?" I said, "It is not the same thing."
I don't think it's the same thing.
It's definitely not. As a physical therapist, I can tell you it's not.
Whatever. Probably train both of them.
I didn't say doctor. I said physical therapist.
Fair enough. So the girl with no legs drives a car? I didn't see that.
I think it was more they're sponsoring the Paralympics. I truthfully don't remember as much as that was the only commercial that I left, or woke up the next day going, "Oh yeah, I remember that commercial. That was good."
Oh no, Cheetos was real funny, but Shaggy was great.
Again, it started a conversation, but it did nothing for me. Zach,
a conversation. It's not like watching Roots. It's not a talking point. But no good. Roots too soon. Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
Mm-hmm.
halftime show.
Awful. Well, fine, whatever. I don't know if it was good or awful. Here's my problem with the halftime show. The NFL gave him a budget. He put up $7 million of his own money on top of that budget for that piece of crap. It was just a bunch of guys jumping around. Like I could have done that for $20. I could have found a couple of dancers in the street and made that same thing for like a couple $100,000 probably with the show. That cost additional money to do what? For nothing.
No
It's
idea where the money went. I'm not even sure.
somebody's pocket. Ponzi scam.
Scheme?
Scheme, scam, something. Ponzi. Those Italians and their Ponzi.
Ron Katz, not a fan of the halftime show. Good to know. Now, I know you're not on the Twitter, Instagram world. How much did you follow? Are you aware of what's been going on with The Weeknd and his face and everything leading up to this? Did you know about that or no?
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. He has a
All right.
blood in the music video as a thing.
Right. Well, it started as him like showing up to an award show months and months ago where he was wearing the red tuxedo, black shirt, bandage over his face with blood under it. Then he released a music video where it looks like he had facial reconstruction. And then he shows up to this thing, you know, obviously looking like his normal self. And then he used the dancers to kind of look the way he did. I think it was all one big thing that just didn't pan out in the end. That's what that was about. I mean, I had to explain that to the people that I was with.
Oh, you're pretty much in the know. I didn't get any of that. That's all over my head. Maybe that's what $7 million went to, writing the explanation.
Well, it's also having the facial stuff meant he could have all those people wearing masks. Furthermore, he could have all the guys that I heard that they look like Chris Pratt from Guardians of the Galaxy when they started the thing off, where they had that kind of I forgot his name in the thing where they had that mask on.
Name, yeah.
Right. Did you really want to see dancers out there all with mask coverings? It would have looked ridiculous.
You'd rather see their faces or their schwanzes? What do you need to see? He's a dancer. He's doing this.
You can't do that right now. You can't have 50 people dancing with no masks altogether.
Why? They're tested.
I don't know. No, they're not.
Okay, well, it doesn't make a difference because it's in Florida. You see what's going on outside in Tampa? The whole thing was a mess. That state is just sloppy to begin with. Man from Florida, ... Like, come on. It's North Florida too. It's not even like South. It's up there where it gets real gross.
Tampa Bay, you know it.
Yeah.
So for people who, as far as the game goes, I've been recapping it to all my patients because they are like, yeah, that Tom Brady's the best and Mahomes just didn't play well. And I'm like, did you not see this? What happened? I said, most important position on the field, Zach, is the
quarterback.
Left tackle was the right answer. Does not matter if you have a good quarterback. If he has no protection, you get crushed. Absolutely crushed, which is what happened, right?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Mahomes did some spectacular shit. That one where he was falling down and threw a laser into his own player's face from 40 yards out was ridiculous throw.
Good. Give him 7 points for that. Give him 10. They still lost by 22.
They still lost. No, they looked terrible.
It was the offensive line.
Terrible.
It's what happened to the Ravens in the playoffs. Their offensive line was garbage. We lost our left tackle halfway through the season. And
what's happened for the Jets for 30 years?
Well, the Seahawks haven't had much of an offensive line, but are you aware that their starting left tackle, Eric Fisher, who was drafted number 1 overall, tore his Achilles? They had to rearrange the line, but also Andy Reid's son, who was not playing as bad the game.
Andy Reid's son's got his problems.
Was he not the offensive line coordinator? I mean, not bullshitting here.
No, he is.
So this all kind of plays into what happened before the game and the offensive line being a complete shit show. No?
They should be pretty well coordinated. It is the Super Bowl by now. You'd think that they'd have their shit together.
But they rearranged. It was a complete. They had 3 people that were not playing their normal positions. It's a unit of 5. It was a very different situation.
Well, you know what, Ben? Don't get drunk or high and run over some 5-year-olds, Andy Reid's son.
He only had 2 beers, he said.
No one's ever only had 2 beers. I'm about to have 2 beers during the show.
That car came out of nowhere, Zach.
Which one of them?
The one that he hit.
Yeah. Right. His. Didn't see it.
Parked car.
Yeah, I know.
2 parked cars. And this poor girl has brain damage. It is terrible.
It's brutal.
Absolutely. Pretty bad. So for me, every year since I am a little kid, I don't have the best relationship with my father. More him than me, or me towards him. It might explain a little bit with my daddy issues, if you will. Yeah. We have been doing bets on the Super Bowl every year from when I was.
Yeah, why didn't I get the sheet?
You didn't ask for it.
It's assumed I'm asking.
It doesn't work like that. I
It is.
put something out there and said, if you wanted it, just ask me. Simple
I
as
don't
that.
remember hearing that.
But this isn't even the prop bet sheet. We usually just do a straight up bet with the point spread. And from there, ever since I was little, like we bet like $5, whatever. And then, of course, whoever is winning at halftime usually will torture the other person. And we've been doing this for years where we call each other and you're like, hey, so I know we bet 20 on the game. How about this? Right now, I'll let you just give me 10. We call it a deal, and that's that. And when I was little, $5 was the most money in the world to me. And I had the Dallas Cowboys against the Buffalo Bills. And one year, Dallas was losing at halftime. And I ran to my room and locked myself in the room. And I was like, I'm not paying that bet. Like, I will die in here if I have to. And my mom was like, just watch the end of the game. I'll cover your bet. Like, it's not a big deal.
Jewish mother.
And sure enough, Dallas wins. So we've been doing this back and forth for years. This year, I called him. Oh, by the way, he thinks I'm a bookie. Like, he will call me and go, what's the line? 3? I want Kansas City for 25. I'm like, oh.
Is he calling you for like, the Magic Pacers on a Tuesday? Hey, what's the spread of the Magic game?
We bet
I assume your dad's a chain smoker. I don't know.
Absolutely not. I don't think my father's ever had a cigarette. We bet the Super Bowl and the election has kind of been the new thing because he's a pretty big Trumper. And this year I called him at halftime.
Michael Dukakis, I think he's got a shot this year.
He's just smoking off of those Jesus end tables.
Exactly. In the army now.
Yes.
Call back.
Yes. So I called him at halftime and I said, so not looking too good for those Chiefs. I'll let you buy out right now for 15. It was a $25 bet. He goes, seriously? I said, if you pay me tonight, it's 15. And the VIG is running every day. He goes, done, deal, bet. I said, first time since we've been betting since I'm a little kid that either, mind you, he called me Falcons Patriots.
Wow.
Oh, no, I called him Falcons Patriots because I had the Falcons and was like, you dumb motherfucker. You ready to give me that money? He's like, no. I think Tom Brady can come back. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. And then I ended up paying him money because I lost. But this year, if there's ever a team that could score 3 touchdowns super quick, it's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Jeez. Anyway,
bananas.
He paid me $15. I let him buy out. I even said to him, I'll give you 3 points right now when we go double or nothing the rest of the game.
What are you going to spend that 15 on? Some fancy record player? What do you got?
It's going to cover all my other losses that I couldn't hit. Don't get me started. This year, all my prop bets, all my box it, I had one that was close the whole time. It was right before half. If they would have kicked a field goal and not gotten that touchdown, I would have won a couple hundy and all would be well. Other than that, I was never close.
Nah, I stopped online betting because I was the problem. Do you know who plays Friday nights? Because I do.
The Knicks?
The Ivy League college basketball. And when you start betting Dartmouth Brown, you know it's time for like $5 to win 36. You know you got to get out.
Yeah, I will not bet anything anymore. Back when I had a Bodog, whatever it was, I made all the money at online poker, transferred to the sports book. It was like money goes in, everything. And every loss was like the most ridiculous stuff that would happen. I was like, I need to stop betting on sports.
I used to know like that Pacific covered the over a lot in college basketball. It got bad.
Jokes aside, they say the best edge right now is in MMA because most of the lines that come out. But no, you just have people who come out and bet names they know, and it moves the line enough. It was like McGregor Poirier. It was a 2-1 favorite, but so many people put money on McGregor that it moved to like 3-1. You got great money going the other way.
You know what's supposedly a pretty sure bet if you know what you're doing? I don't, but I've seen it actually work because we were in Vegas one time for the NCAA tournament. We lost our shirts, especially of college basketball, the sport we know. A buddy of ours there knew how to bet hockey over-unders. And if you know what you're doing with empty net goals, they hit. If you bet the over properly, we fought our way back to almost even in one night after just getting our tits lit on the sport we were supposed to know what we're doing. Hockey over-unders, I don't have a clue, but there are certain teams that just hit that every night.
I would definitely believe that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, has it made it across your radar yet about the Brtiney documentary that came out last week and is now
Spears or Griner? What are we doing here?
Spears, my friend.
Okay, no. Both no.
It is on. I've watched most of it. I haven't finished the whole thing yet. It's a long watch because it's on Hulu, which I don't have anymore, and it's on.
Does she show Cooter? Because if not, what are we doing here?
You can get that online. I mean, there were the pictures.
Oh, I want to hear someone discussing it. I want to hear professional documentarians, talking about it.
All
This
right.
is biography.
Are
You know
you
that?
familiar with the hashtag Free Britney movement that's been going on?
You could stop right after you're familiar with the hashtag. No,
You're like the
you
Cobra
didn't
Kai.
have to.
Hash brown, Cobra
Yes,
Kai. Hash
exactly.
brown, strike first.
Right, exactly. I am not familiar with a single hashtag
All
ever.
right. I'm not going to get into it because it's all about Brtney, who her father is basically in control of everything that she does, which is why she's been MIA forever because she doesn't want to make another penny for her. They've gone to court so many times. And I mean, how old is she? She's got to be your age, right? She's like 40, 41. And she is not in close to control to her own life right now. It's pretty crazy. I don't want to discuss the actual document.
Macaulay Culkin, get emancipated.
It's too late for that. When she lost the kids back to K-Fed back in the day, and it just got really crazy.
Did you hear yourself?
Kevin Federline.
All of it, the whole bit. You know Britney's backstory. Like,
How do you not? How do you not know about this?
I know Hit Me Baby One More Time, and I've seen her vagina. That's really all I need to know.
All right, well, Zach, I went through and watched it, and again, I don't want to talk about the actual court case. I don't want to take sides. That's not what I do. I wanted to talk to you about the funny things that I thought that happened that I just didn't know. So,
enjoy. Go on.
First thing, she has a younger sister who's somewhat famous, Jamie Lynn Spears, right?
That I did know, yes.
Who recently had like a little viral moment where she was complaining, I want to say to Elon Musk, Jamie Lynn keeps on killing cats because they are
actual cats, like a massacre.
She has a Tesla, and the cats sleep under her tires. And when she turns the car on, it's too quiet.
I'm a cat guy. This is genocide. This is horrible.
Look it up. Here's what I didn't know. Britney Spears' father, who has a little bit of an issue, is named Jamie, and Britney Spears' mother is named Lynn. Hence, the little girl's name is Jamie Lynn Spears. That I didn't know.
That's creepy.
That's real. I mean, are you naming your next kid, Zach Jenna Elias?
Yes. Hot name.
Yes.
Boy or girl. Lovely for a girl. Yes, I am. Next kid, please. No. We're on and done. It's enough already.
Now, it's interesting. It's interesting with everything that's going on with TV and media going back to these separate platforms where now when you watch a documentary on the FX, essentially you have to watch commercials. It's like we're right back where we started. They could have made this into a TV show. I have to watch commercials as this is happening. So that annoys me. But I got to see
punch the YouTube commercial guy. I'll beat the shit out of it. 15 seconds before I can watch whatever I want to watch. I'm gonna kill that guy.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You're basically just sitting there waiting till it says skip ad. You're just staring at it.
Exactly.
Huh. I didn't know that it was a Super Bowl commercial, but there was a Paramount Plus commercial with Patrick Stewart and Jeff Probst. And did you see the Beavis and Butthead one?
He said crack.
How did you not bring that up? How did you not bring that up earlier?
I forgot about it, honestly. And Tracy Morgan was cute also, but I'm a big Beavis and Butthead guy. Fanatic. Like, I used to watch it back in the day with my dad, who, I would be on the floor laughing, and he would be sitting there mortified that he's liking it. And then he would all just go like so stupid. I mean, I think it was like the show or you, because here you are at your mid-50s, and he's loving it. Didn't want to admit that he's loving it, but never wanted to miss an episode. Yeah, that was our bonding, watching the Mets and Beavis and Butthead. But yeah, I was on that very early. And the show after it, The State, one of the most underrated, fantastic sketch comedy shows of the 90s.
Was that also Mike Judge?
No, it was the guys, Michael Ian Black and Kevin Showalter. You know every single, Joe Truglia. Every single person in it. They've all become B-level actors.
B-level?
C-level, B plus, B minus,
C minus.
It's Kids in the Hall, but better. American Kids in the Hall. You're a sketch comedy guy. You would love it. You got nothing to do. You showed up to this show late because you were taking a nap. Watch The State.
I was tired. I need a little nappy poo.
I'm always tired.
I saw Michael Ian Black on a subway once. He was wearing a velour suit that looked like he rolled it in a ball for a year and then put it immediately on and had so much dog or cat hair on it that it was one of those I couldn't believe how hairy this suit was.
Have you seen Wet Hot American Summer?
Of course.
That's the entire cast of The State.
Including Paul Rudd?
No, no. The guys, all the people that are not real celebs now. All
My
those people.
point, the C minus celebs.
Now it's a C minus, a solid C.
Rewind the tape. I said C minus back then too.
Yeah, fine. Either way, solid C. The show is an A. It was Beavis and Butthead followed by the state. You're not going to get a better hour of TV than that.
Getting back to Free Britney, which is called Framing Britney Spears. The other things, again, you brought up the crotch shot, which I kind of forgot that happened. You have to know right now, it's not what she's known for. I'm telling you, Zach, the world is on fire for how bad she's been treated and how we need to free Britney. I mean, it is a trending hashtag several times every year. And this whole thing was made, mind you, it's all clips. There's no interviews. It's all clips of what happened back in the day. And people are coming out like, that was weird that at 10 years old on Star Search, Ed McMahon, it was like, hey, do you have a boyfriend? And some international reporter was like, hey, are you still a virgin? And creepy Matt Lauer asked her her boobs were real or something. I mean, it was like...
that's what you did in the early 90s. You were a creep. If you're on TV back then, you're a creep show. That's insane.
So
that's the job.
Yes, the crotch shot where she was going hard with Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan.
I know who she is. That's back when crotch shots were really just daily. It's a golden age of photography.
The real snipers of the world getting down low.
Annie Leibovitz, eat your heart out.
I don't know the reference. I know who you're talking about.
She's not the most famous photographer ever.
She was with Bang and Scorsese. Oh, you don't even know.
Fran Lebowitz.
Oh, it's not the same person?
No, it's not the same person.
Do they know each other?
I don't know if they know each other. All
Leibowitz and Fran Lebowitz have to be related.
I truly don't think they are. Are all Leibowitzes related?
Probably.
Yes, probably. Probably. You and Dan Snyder. Uncle Danny.
So the other thing was...
knows who it is, or she just likes the term golden age.
Golden age. That's all she's saying. Getting back to Britney and... Did you know that Britney and Paris Hilton are credited for the first ever selfie?
Wow, mind blown. Like together?
Paris Hilton took the first ever, took her phone out, flip phone, and took the first ever selfie. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
I did not. I'm happy I do. That's a fabulous fact.
That was in 2006, but I saw a better video. I think it was on Instagram years ago. Maybe somebody posted on Facebook. The first ever selfie that was ever taken in TV history, which I guess it doesn't really count, was back on the Martin Lawrence show. Did you ever watch that with Shanae and all them?
I watched every episode of Martin. I love that sort of safe black humor of the 90s.
So there was a character on the show Martin. That Martin would always introduce as Ricky Fontaine. Pretty Ricky is what they called him. And there is video in there where Pretty Ricky takes out a flip phone, turns it around, and takes a picture of himself. And that was going back to the early 90s. But that does not get credit.
Used to be a selfie was that twist paper camera they'd give you at bat mitzvahs, and you just all of us get in there and you do it. And it would look like nothing. It would be a total blur, or one person's blow up guitar.
I did not know Matt Schechter was on stage at a Britney Spears concert, but if he wants to come on the show and tell that story at some point, we would.
Is he the Britney guy that you had on the thing one time?
No, that was.
You have a Britney guy.
I did. That was Liam.
Liam and the Britney guy.
Liam and the girlfriend Sarah. Yeah.
Girlfriend. Okay, good for them. Whatever floats your boat, Liam.
Anyways, if you Google Ricky Fontaine selfie, it would be the real N-word that took the first ever selfie. It is very hard.
Hard R?
Hard N, my friend.
Okay.
All right, Zach. Moving forward, are you ready for some Valentine's Day?
I was going to say, why is this Valentine's Day episode? I was going to say it's après Super Bowl, but sure, let's go. Valentine's Day.
All right. We have 5 questions for you today. I verified them all myself.
But it's all good. Third party independently verified? Ernst & Young?
Yeah, I'm going to open it up and seal the envelope. The winner is La La Land. I mean Moonlight.
Each you got a kick in the dick also.
That's the biggest fuck up ever.
It's the going punishment.
Ever.
Dewey Defeats Truman? That's bigger than Dewey Defeats Truman?
Yeah, didn't even know the reference till you just said it.
Oh!
It was the paper, right?
It was the paper, yes. The newspaper, the way people used to get their news before cell phones.
Before TikTok and the gram?
Before the TikTok and the gram, yes. Before hashtag Dewey defeats Truman. Go on, Valentine's Day trivia.
Question number 1, it's multiple choice. I'm going to
I
read.
don't get flowers for Jenna. Next.
Oh my God, really?
I don't get shit. But 40 years we've been together. What are you getting me in there, Miss Thing? She's getting me nothing, spoiler alert.
In alphabetical order, I will give you your choices. Which company was the first to make a Valentine's Day box of chocolates? Was it Cadbury, Ghirardelli, Hershey's, or Russell Stover?
I fucking love cream eggs. It's my great shame. What were my choices again?
Cadbury, Ghirardelli, Hershey's, or Russell Stover?
I'm going to say it was Cadbury because they feel to me like the oldest of the companies.
Correct answer is Cadbury, going back to the mid 1800s. Good
and
job,
I
Zach.
had the reason correct because they're old. Go on, boom. Let's get some. I'm pumped.
Question number 2.
Wait, are we going to do another one of these bad Larrys before Valentine's Day? I guess we're not. No, I guess not.
No, that's why this is the Valentine's Day episode.
All right. I'm going to find love. Let's go with you.
That's The Bachelor, looking for love. Yeah. Meanwhile, they kicked my girl off the other night. Don't get me started.
You've already started.
So, yeah, episodes are live on Facebook, and then we put them out on Saturday. So this is the Valentine's Day episode.
I see. So shouldn't this have been much more romantic? I should have worn red or done a grand gesture for you.
Why do you think I am wearing my red? The Caps goalie is my Patronus shirt.
Ugh. Everything about that is awful.
That is my Valentine's Day shirt.
Because I was in a red shirt. Ow. Fuck, I just lost my headphones. And I was in a red shirt, and I got cold in my apartment. And I put this Jack Daniels thing on with a hole in the armpit.
Classy. So classy.
Hold on.
This is what I'm working with.
If
my internet can go out for like 5 seconds.
5 seconds. You were like an hour iced up. I'm a mess. Go on. Question the second. In which country do women typically buy chocolate for their man? Is it Australia? Is it Germany? Is it Japan or Sweden? Well, I don't think the Japs eat too much chocolate.
You can't say Japs.
I can't? Jewish American princess?
That's what I was referring to.
Of course. So I'm going to say Germany, the land of chocolate, according to Uter from The Simpsons.
I thought this was the easiest question that I'm going to give you. The most subservient of these countries is the Japanese. They walk behind their man. They hold the umbrella. That was a given.
But they're all so thin, other than the sumos. I don't think they eat a lot of chocolate. They don't eat a lot of empty calories.
It's what they do.
So subservience equals buying chocolates for their men?
Yeah, it means the women have to do something for the men.
Jenna, do something for me.
Move to Japan.
Well, move to Japan. You can do something for me. Yeah.
Tickle as Elmo. Question number 3. What hormone is called the love hormone in alphabetical order? Is it estrogen, glycogen, oxytocin, or testosterone?
Well, it's not testosterone because that's too easy. And by the way, men have never made love well. It's all business. We're like a Jeep. Get it done. What were the other two? What were the other ones?
Estrogen, glycogen, oxytocin, testosterone.
I'm going to go with estrogen because they're always moaning like, oh, I love that and I love this and this is so lovable. No, fuck that noise. Estrogen.
Are you referring to the actual estrogen molecules? Like, who is mumbling that?
Anyone who has estrogen, all women.
Correct answer is oxytocin, my friend. Not even close.
Oxytocin, that's like what you get hooked on when you get opioids, isn't it?
It's Oxycontin. Very different.
Yes,
I was really hoping you would have picked glycogen, which is not a hormone. I was really hoping. I threw that in there like, ooh, it sounds good.
No.
Question number 4. A kiss is supposed to raise your heartbeat plus or minus 20. What is the average amount of beats per minute that your heart will rise during a good kiss?
A good kiss.
The first kiss. I don't know. You're just work with me here, Zach.
Because like at this point, I'm married 12 years. It's a peck on the cheek and my heart rate goes down. I'm in a resting heartbeat. I'm like flatlining.
Lance Armstrong of kisses.
Exactly. With one nut. What was the question? Plus or
What is
minus
the
20?
plus or minus 20, which is a big range if you know beats per minute?
I have
A
no idea.
kiss should make your heart beat how fast?
Oh, so I have to give you the BPM.
Correct.
Okay. Fuck, I don't know. That 170?
So, what is a normal resting heart rate? Any
I
idea?
don't have a clue. 154? I have no idea what a resting heart rate is.
Your resting heart rate
35?
Yeah, well, that's really good or close to death, depending on how healthy you are. 60 is about average.
Okay,
And
so a good kiss will make you go to like a 63.
and here's a fun fact for anybody. Your maximal heart rate, this is exercise physiology, is 220 minus your age. So that's how actually you figure out how hard your heart is working when you do any type of test. So 60 is resting, 220 minus your age. The correct answer.
A smoking hot kiss, 81.
Correct answer is 110, Zach. You are not
Get the
even
hell out
close.
of here.
If you got on a treadmill and measured your hearts per minute, it would be like 100.
Yeah,
Maybe,
that's a
maybe more.
treadmill. All right, Julia's doing it better than Jenna.
All right, last one.
I'm going to get killed for that, by the way. I'm going to take some heat for that one, but it's worth it.
As you should.
When I walk out of here, my heart rate's going to be at like 181.
In a Valentine's Day card.
Sweating is thinking about it.
That's being signed off. XOXO XOXO.
Yeah.
What does the O stand for?
Hugs.
So it's XOXO, which usually stands for hugs and kisses.
Yeah, but it's reversed. It's kisses are the X's and the O's are the hugs.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Why do we not write OXOX?
Because that's bananas.
I understand a hug is a circle and it makes sense, but when I read that, I was like, wait, what? That's very backwards.
I don't know about the hug and the circle, but and the X being the kiss, although I think I just went with the X being the kiss. And Ron Katz, yes, my couch is very comfortable.
You might have an X after that kiss comment. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Very, very good, Zach. So how many did you get? You got one.
I think two in a divorce.
Two in a divorce is right. Sir, anything else? Closing comments? Anything chafe your thigh?
Yes, and chafes my thigh these ways, actually. The snowflakes of the world because of snowflakes.
Wait a minute. We talked about snowflakes is the way nice. You're saying like libtard, basically.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. My daughter came home yesterday, and we're filming this, by the way, on the East Coast in New York, where there was supposed to be some snow today. She came home yesterday with an iPad fully loaded from school, because she goes to a fancy school, and her work. Because of impending snow, she had remote schooling today. She goes to school every day. When the hell did impending snow become a snow day? Back when we went to school in the 80s, we had to walk to school in a blizzard. Fuck that noise. Impending snow, it barely misted today, and she stayed home on the iPad. Ridiculous.
As you know what, you prima donna, all the other kids in the world are been staying home for almost a year now.
It's not about Corona. It's about for people being soft for snow. It's supposed to maybe
This is making up for all the teachers that have to keep going into school for your prima donna
doing
daughter.
Their job. I went in today. Do your job. Ridiculous. Uphill both ways is right. Barefoot, possibly.
Feet? You had feet?
Exactly. Impending snow should not cause a snow day. Make that call at 7:05, and then make the parents scramble, which I would have been pissed about too. But no, you don't send a kid home because of maybe a few flurries. Blizzard last week, that was fine for a snow day. Today, no. We're a soft country, soft society because of snow. Snowflakes.
Hard times make soft people make hard times. What's the expression?
I don't know. It sounds like an ED joke. Get Roman.
All right, get your Bluetooth, booze your daddy every Tuesday live on Facebook. Make sure you're downloading these episodes. Tell a friend. We're going to keep doing trivia. We're going to keep having some more fun. Thank you for listening. Daddy loves you.
Mwah. Dr. Galakowitz loves you.
Dr. Gally Weekich.